The mirror never lies. What Snow White teaches us about narcissistic obsession. What happens when your entire sense of worth depends on being the most beautiful person in the room? When a magic mirror becomes the only voice that matters? Snow White isn't a fairy tale about a girl eating a poisoned apple. It's a psychological thriller about what happens when someone becomes so obsessed with their image that they're willing to destroy anyone who threatens it. In the next 2 minutes, we're going deep into the mind of the evil queen, and what you'll discover about vanity, insecurity, and destructive obsession will change how you see yourself and everyone around you. The mirror addiction. When external validation becomes your identity. Let's talk about that magic mirror, because it's the key to understanding everything. Every single day, the queen stands before it asking the same question. Who is the fairest of all? Think about what this really means. She doesn't look in the mirror and decide for herself. She doesn't have internal confidence. She needs constant external confirmation of her worth. This is the definition of fragile self-esteem. The queen's beauty isn't enough for her unless it's validated, unless it's comparative, unless she's not just beautiful, but the most beautiful. This is where the story gets psychologically fascinating. The queen's worth is entirely dependent on being number one. Not happy, not fulfilled, not loved, but ranked. She's turned her existence into a competition she didn't need to enter. And here's the trap. When your identity depends on being superior to others, you've handed control of your happiness to everyone else. You're only as secure as your ranking, which means you're never actually secure at all. The moment someone younger, prettier, or more talented appears, your entire sense of self collapses. The escalation, when insecurity becomes murder. Now watch what happens when the mirror tells the truth. It says Snow White is fairer. The queen doesn't think, well, beauty fades. Maybe I should find worth in other qualities. She doesn't consider that a 7-year-old child's beauty isn't a threat to her value as a person. Instead, her response is immediate and extreme. Kill the child. This is what psychologists call catastrophic thinking, where a minor setback is interpreted as total disaster. But it's more than that. It's what happens when your entire identity is built on a foundation of comparison. The queen tries 3 times to murder Snow White, first with laces that strangle, then with a poisoned comb, then with the poisoned apple. Each attempt is more desperate, more elaborate, more unhinged. This escalation reveals something crucial about obsession. It never satisfies itself. The queen can't enjoy her beauty because she's too busy protecting her ranking. She can't appreciate what she has because she's terrified of what she might lose. Every moment of her life is consumed by fear masked as vanity. She's not powerful. She's trapped in a prison of her own making, where a mirror's answer determines whether she has a good day or plans a murder. The lesson, the cost of comparison. Here's what Snow White really teaches us. The queen had everything, beauty, power, a kingdom, but she was miserable because she measured her worth by comparison. Snow White had nothing, no power, no home, living with 7 strangers in the woods. But she found contentment because her worth wasn't dependent on being better than anyone else. The queen's beauty couldn't save her from her own insecurity. It actually fed it, because the more beautiful she was, the more she had to lose. This is the trap we all face in different forms. Maybe it's not beauty for you. Maybe it's career success, wealth, intelligence, social media followers, your children's achievements. Whenever you measure your worth by ranking yourself against others, you've entered the queen's game. And it's a game nobody wins, because there will always be someone younger, smarter, richer, more successful. The mirror will eventually tell you a truth you don't want to hear. The question is, will you respond like the queen, becoming bitter and destructive? Or will you build your sense of worth on something internal, something that can't be taken away by someone else's success? The queen died dancing in burning shoes, tortured by the very vanity she worshipped. Snow White lived happily ever after, not because she was the fairest, but because she never needed to be. That's not just a fairy tale ending. That's the difference between a life consumed by comparison and a life built on genuine self-worth.